The schoolyard buzzes with hushed voices, an unusual quiet hanging in the air as students gather, their usual exuberance muted. Teachers stand guard at the entrance, their concerned expressions a stark contrast to the carefree atmosphere usually present. A palpable tension fills the air, a silent question hanging over the scene. One of the teachers breaks the silence, her voice laced with weariness and disbelief. "Lizzie? Again?" The weight of unspoken anxieties and past incidents settles heavily on the schoolyard. Lizzie, lost in thought, sits at her desk, oblivious to the world around her. The classroom buzzes with the quiet energy of focused students unaware of the drama about to unfold. A stern gaze pierces through the room, belonging to the teacher, a silent observer of Lizzie's reverie. The teacher's voice cuts through the silence. "Lizzie, why are you always daydreaming?" All eyes turn to Lizzie, the weight of expectation heavy in the air. Inside the classroom, the teacher's towering figure casts a long shadow over Lizzie's small desk. Lizzie shrinks, her shoulders hunched, her gaze fixed on the worksheet, trying to disappear. The teacher's voice echoes in the room, a stern command. "Lizzie, you need to try harder." A wave of shame washes over Lizzie as she bows her head even lower, feeling the weight of expectation. An uninviting dining room, stark and cold under the dim light of evening. A plate clatters onto the table, the sound echoing in the sterile space. The foster mother's face is stern, her eyes fixed on Lizzie. Her voice cuts through the silence. "Lizzie, do not touch that." Lizzie's small hand hovers hesitantly above the plate. A sense of foreboding fills the room as unspoken tensions rise. In the dim living room of the foster home, Lizzie sits alone, a silhouette against the cold light of the television. The foster father's face is illuminated by the flickering screen, his attention consumed by the glowing images. Silence hangs heavy in the air, broken only by the murmur of the TV and Lizzie's shallow breaths. The foster father shifts, casting a sidelong glance at Lizzie, his expression unreadable in the shadows. His voice, a low rumble, pierces the quiet. "Lizzie, you should know better." Lizzie shrinks further into the couch, her eyes fixed on the floor, the weight of his words crushing her spirit. Lizzie stands at the sink, her hands submerged in soapy water, a picture of quiet diligence amid the domestic scene. The foster mother watches Lizzie, arms crossed, her expression a mixture of concern and resolve. Sunlight streams through the kitchen window, casting a warm glow on the simple, worn surroundings. The foster mother breaks the silence, her voice firm but gentle. "Lizzie, you're old enough to understand." Lizzie pauses, her hands still in the water, her back to the foster mother as she absorbs the weight of the words. The air thickens with unspoken truths. The kitchen, a stage for an impending, life-altering revelation. In the dim room, Lizzie stares at the ceiling, tears shimmering in her eyes as she traces the faint patterns. A single tear escapes, tracing a lonely path down her cheek in the moonlight. The silence of the room amplifies her solitude, broken only by her soft sobs. Lizzie whispers into the dark, a fragile echo of her pain. Echoes bounce through the bright school hallway. A teacher's voice cuts through the chatter. "Lizzie!" The sound lingers, unanswered in the bustling corridor. The teacher scans the crowd for Lizzie, her voice firm, awaiting a response. Lizzie walks alone down the street, head down, her figure a solitary silhouette against the urban backdrop, her brow furrows, her mind consumed by silent thoughts and unseen burdens. The distant hum of the city fades as she retreats into her inner world. Suddenly, a voice pierces through her reverie, a beacon cutting through the fog of her thoughts. "Lizzie!" The call echoes, a question and a summons hanging in the air. She stops, her body tensing almost imperceptibly, unsure of the source and intent of the call. Rain whispers against the attic roof, a lonely song echoing through the old house. Lizzie ascends the narrow attic stairs, each creak a mournful groan beneath her feet. Dust motes swirl in the air, illuminated by the weak sunlight. The grimy window casts long shadows, painting the attic in hues of grey and forgotten memories. A hushed silence descends as Lizzie steps into the heart of the forgotten space. The air hangs heavy with the scent of aged wood and secrets best left undisturbed. The attic air hangs thick with dust, swirling around forgotten relics, old trunks, broken lamps, discarded boxes. Lizzie steps into the stifling space, her silhouette framed by the dim light filtering through cracks in the boarded windows. A dry cough escapes her lips as she navigates through the maze of forgotten memories. Sunlight filters through cracks, illuminating dust motes dancing around Lizzie as she explores the forgotten attic. In the dim attic, Lizzie's hands brush against the aged wood, the silence broken only by the soft rustle of forgotten memories. She discovers a cracked wooden frame, its broken edges hinting at untold stories and hidden secrets. From within the frame, a folded piece of paper emerges, its creases whispering of concealed messages. Lizzie unfolds the paper, her heart pounding with anticipation, ready to uncover the mysteries it holds. In the attic's dim light, Lizzie clutches a piece of paper, her fingers trembling slightly with anticipation. She carefully unfolds the paper, revealing a map filled with strange symbols and cryptic markings. A star symbol gleams under the single bulb, hinting at celestial guidance and distant destinations. The key symbol suggests unlocking secrets, its metallic glint promising answers to long-held mysteries. A spiral symbol swirls ominously, suggesting a journey that may lead inward towards hidden truths. Dust hangs thick in the attic's gloom, a single sunbeam illuminating forgotten relics and casting long shadows. Lizzie kneels, her brow furrowed in concentration as she traces the faded ink of an ancient map. Her finger follows the map's looping script, a silent journey through time and untold stories. A whisper escapes her lips, a cryptic echo of the past. Names lead where feet cannot. In the dim attic of the foster home, dust motes dance around Lizzie, clutching the map tightly to her chest. Lizzie feels a surge of the unknown. The map seems to pulse with a hidden energy, resonating in Lizzie's hands. A strange feeling washes over her, a mix of fear and irresistible curiosity. The attic air grows heavy, charged with anticipation of a looming adventure. Lizzie's eyes gleam with newfound purpose, a journey about to begin. Lizzie walks down a familiar street, a paper map clutched tightly in her hands. She navigates past buildings she knows by heart, each shop front a memory. The map guides her like a secret, past the mundane and everyday. Each step taken is a deliberate act, a quest through the ordinary. The sun casts long shadows, turning the familiar into something new. She is a stranger in her own town, guided by a hidden purpose. Sunlight streams into a forgotten alley, casting long shadows that dance around discarded debris. Amidst the grime, Lizzie pauses, her eyes catching on a splash of unexpected color. A painted door, vibrant and surreal, stands hidden, a secret revealed in plain sight. Lizzie's expression shifts from curiosity to wonder as she approaches the mysterious portal. The door seems to hum with untold stories, beckoning Lizzie to step into the unknown. Lizzie stands at the creek's edge, the gentle murmur of flowing water filling the air. Sunlight dances on the water's surface, creating a shimmering, liquid path before her. The creek's winding course mirrors the looping strokes on the map, a perfect match. A sense of discovery dawns as she recognizes the familiar curves and bends. Hope flickers in Lizzie's eyes. The creek is the key, the map's promise revealed. Lizzie ventures into the woods, sunlight dappling through the leaves, leading her toward an ancient giant. She stops before a weathered old tree, its gnarled branches reaching like skeletal arms. Her breath hitches as she sees it, a carved spiral etched into the hollow trunk. The carving mirrors the one on her map, an exact match that sends a thrill through her. She runs her fingers over the rough bark, tracing the spiral's path, a sense of destiny. The hollowed tree stands as a silent sentinel, guarding secrets waiting to be unlocked. Sunlight filters through leaves, spotlighting a weathered hollow tree, its secrets guarded by time. Lizzie's hand disappears into the darkness of the hollow, a quest beginning. Her fingers brush against something smooth and cold, a glimmer of metallic promise. A small brass key emerges, tied with a faded ribbon, a relic of forgotten stories. The key hangs suspended, a silent invitation to unlock mysteries buried deep within. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ancient hollow tree. A delicate ribbon, pale and ethereal, dances in the gentle breeze. The ribbon is tied securely to a sturdy branch, a silent promise amidst the whispering leaves. Attached to the ribbon, a note holds a profound message, waiting to be discovered. A name is not what others decide, the note whispers. A challenge to fate. Beneath the hollow tree, Lizzie clutches a note, the rough bark a stark contrast to her trembling fingers. She swallows hard, the unspoken words of the note heavy in her throat, each syllable a painful weight. Her breath hitches, a silent sob escaping as she rereads the lines, the truth sinking in like a stone. Tears begin to well in her eyes, blurring the ink on the page, each drop a testament to her heartbreak. The note crinkles in her grasp as the tears spill over, reflecting the pain, mirroring the hollowed space within. At the edge of town, Lizzie traces a worn map, her gaze fixed on the horizon. Through tangled trees, an abandoned house lurks, barely visible in the distance. A sense of anticipation fills the air as she begins her journey. Each step crunches on overgrown weeds, drawing her closer to the forgotten house. The abandoned house looms ahead, promising untold stories and hidden secrets. The abandoned house looms, silent against the daylight. Lizzie pauses, a breath held before the weathered door. A hesitant knock echoes in the stillness. The house remains silent, awaiting a response. The door to the abandoned house creaks open, its hinges protesting with a long, mournful groan. Dust motes dance in the air as the heavy door swings inward, revealing the darkness within. An unexpected warmth emanates from the house, contrasting sharply with its derelict exterior. The air inside feels strangely inviting, a stark contrast to the decay. A sense of mystery hangs heavy, promising secrets hidden within the abandoned walls. The silence is broken only by the gentle whisper of wind, hinting at stories untold. In the abandoned house, candlelight flickers, painting the walls with a warm, inviting glow. The soft light dances, revealing dust motes suspended in the air, a gentle ballet of tranquility. Each candle stands as a beacon, casting shadows that deepen the room's sense of peace. The air is still, carrying a sense of safety that belies the house's forsaken nature. The candles create a haven, a pocket of warmth in the heart of desolation. The gentle light promises solace, turning the abandoned space into a sanctuary of calm. Inside the abandoned house, an eerie silence hangs heavy in the air. Dust motes dance in the faint light, swirling around an old, cracked mirror. The mirror stands tall, a silent sentinel in the decaying room. A faint, ethereal glow emanates from within the mirror's depths. Its surface shimmers, hinting at secrets and forgotten stories. The cracked glass reflects a distorted reality, beckoning the curious. Inside the abandoned house, dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by faint, ethereal light. Lizzie moves slowly, drawn towards an ornate mirror that stands against the decaying wall. The mirror seems to pulse with a light of its own, beckoning her closer into its silent depth. Each step she takes echoes in the stillness, heightening the sense of anticipation. Her reflection stares back, a silent question hanging in the air as she approaches the glass. Dust motes swirl in the faint light, illuminating cobwebs hanging like ghostly shrouds in the abandoned house. The air hangs heavy, thick with the scent of decay and the ghosts of forgotten memories. Silence blankets the scene, broken only by the creaks and groans of the dilapidated structure. Shadows dance, playing tricks on the eye, hinting at unseen presences lurking within the decaying walls. The weight of the past presses down, a tangible presence in the stillness of the abandoned home. A disembodied voice echoes in the emptiness. Why did you stop answering? In the decaying silence of the abandoned house, Lizzie freezes, her breath catching in her throat. An unseen voice shatters the stillness, sending shivers down her spine. Her eyes dart around the room, searching for any sign of the speaker. Dust motes dance in the air as she scans the shadows, fear tightening her grip. Each creak of the old house amplifies the growing sense of dread. Lizzie's heart pounds, a frantic drum against the oppressive silence. In the abandoned house, dust motes swirl in the faint light, painting the scene with decay and forgotten memories. Lizzie, a solitary figure, stands amidst the desolation, clutching herself against the chill. The heavy air is thick with the musty scent of age, clinging to the silence like a shroud. Her voice trembles, barely audible against the backdrop of silence. They only say my name when something's wrong. Her whisper echoes, lost among the shadows, a haunting lament in the desolate space. Inside the dilapidated house, dust motes swirl in the dim light, creating an ethereal dance of shadows. Lizzie stands alone, her shoulders slumped in defeat, the weight of the world pressing down on her. Tears streak through the grime on her cheeks, etching paths of sorrow on her face. Her voice is a mere whisper, barely audible in the cavernous space. A fragile confession hangs in the air as she says, "So I figured maybe it's better not to have one." The silence that follows is heavy, amplifying the echo of her vulnerability. In the heart of the abandoned house, dust motes dance in the faint light. Lizzie stands before a time-worn mirror, its surface clouded with age and secrets. As Lizzie speaks, the mirror shimmers, an ethereal response rippling across its surface. An otherworldly light intensifies, casting long shadows that dance and writhe around Lizzie. The room pulses with an unseen energy as the mirror glows ever brighter. Inside the abandoned house, dust motes swirl in the gloom, illuminated by shafts of light piercing through grimy windows. A cracked window dominates the back wall, a silent witness to the secrets held within the decaying structure. Slowly, ghostly words materialize on the glass, felt in the air more than seen, an ethereal message. The words coalesce from the very air, defying explanation, a haunting inscription upon the aged window pane. Dust motes swirl in the abandoned house, illuminated by weak light piercing through grimy windows. A cracked mirror hangs precariously on the wall, reflecting the desolation. The name Lizzie is scrawled across the mirror's surface, a chilling testament to a past tragedy. The ominous script appears to be written in dried blood, adding a layer of horror to the already grim scene. Silence hangs heavy, amplifying the unsettling atmosphere within the dilapidated room. Inside the abandoned house, dust motes swirl in faint light. Boarded up windows cast long shadows. The air is thick with the scent of decay. Forgotten memories linger. Silence fills the dilapidated space. Curious echoes in the stillness. Dust motes swirl in the air, illuminated by faint light filtering through the grimy windows of the abandoned house. A cracked, ornate mirror hangs precariously on a decaying wall, its surface reflecting the dilapidated room. The mirror's surface seems to ripple, the reflection deepening as if peering into another world. From the depths of the mirror, a voice echoes, startlingly clear in the otherwise silent house. Observant, the dust motes dance faster, stirred by an unseen force as the house holds its breath, awaiting what comes next. Dust hangs heavy in the abandoned house, each mote a tiny dancer in the weak light. My gaze is locked on the cracked mirror, its surface clouded with age and neglect. A ripple disturbs the reflection, a subtle shift in the veil of reality. Slowly, deliberately, words begin to materialize on the glass. The letters shimmer, ghostly and ethereal, in the dim light of the forgotten room. A voice echoes seemingly from the depths of the mirror. Still standing, in the eerie silence of the abandoned house, Lizzie confronts her reflection in a cracked mirror, dust motes swirling around her. The mirror reflects not just her image, but a haunting echo of the past, each shard telling a silent story. Her eyes search her own face, seeking answers in the depths of her gaze. A subtle shift in her expression betrays a growing unease, a silent acknowledgement of an inner transformation. Whispering into the silence, she muses, "I don't look different, but I feel different." The words hanging in the stagnant air, In the abandoned house, Lizzie stares into a dusty mirror, her reflection appearing bolder, more confident than ever before. The dim light catches a flicker of hope igniting within Lizzie's eyes. The reflection in the mirror shows the subtle but definite change in Lizzie. The air in the abandoned house hangs heavy with anticipation as Lizzie's hope grows. Dust hangs heavy in the abandoned house, each mote a tiny dancer in the weak light filtering through grimy windows. Decay permeates the air, a silent testament to forgotten memories and lingering secrets. A voice echoes softly through the empty rooms, a gentle caress against the harsh reality. The voice whispers with haunting sweetness, a promise of solace in the desolation. Names are doors, it says, each word a key unlocking hidden chambers within the soul. The house listens, its silence amplifying the profound truth carried on the ethereal voice. In the abandoned house, dust motes swirl in the faint light, the air heavy with decay and the weight of forgotten memories. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by a disembodied voice echoing through the desolate rooms, stirring unseen secrets. The voice, spectral and haunting, fills the empty space, a whisper from a time long past, lingering like a ghost. The voice says, "Some people slam them, some forget to knock." The words bounce off the walls, a riddle in the gloom. The echoes fade, leaving a lingering question in the air. But your name is still yours. A haunting truth in the silence. Inside the abandoned house, the air is heavy with unspoken emotions. Tears begin to trace paths down Lizzie's cheeks. Not tears of sadness, but of release. Something deep inside, Lizzie begins to loosen its hold. A visible shift in her demeanor, a burden lifted. The abandoned house bears witness to Lizzie's quiet transformation. Dust hangs heavy in the air of the abandoned house, each mote a tiny dancer in the shafts of light piercing through boarded windows. Amidst the decay, I stand, a solitary figure haunted by silence. The echo of her name whispers through the ruins of the house. For the first time, her name does not feel like a warning. It feels like an invitation. Lizzie steps out into the open air, expecting the familiar sight of the abandoned house. A gasp escapes her lips as she finds nothing but empty space where the house once stood, a void in reality. Disbelief washes over her features as she scans the horizon, searching for any sign of the vanished structure. The house is gone, vanished without a trace, leaving Lizzie alone with an unsettling mystery. Lizzie stands alone in a vast field, the sun beating down on her. An empty space marks where her house once stood, a stark reminder of what's been lost. The map is gone, vanished without a trace, leaving her with nothing but emptiness. Desolation washes over her as the reality of her situation sinks in. In a sun-drenched field, Lizzie closes her eyes, a serene expression washing over her face as memories flood her mind. The wind whispers through the tall grass, carrying the scent of wildflowers as she relives a pivotal lesson. A subtle smile plays on her lips, a testament to the inner strength she has discovered within herself. Bathed in golden sunlight, Lizzie stands tall, embodying resilience and newfound confidence in the vast field. Sunlight streams into the bustling school hallway, lockers lining the wall. Amidst the chatter, A teacher's voice cuts through the noise. "Lizzie," the teacher calls out, her voice echoing slightly. All activity in the hall seems to pause momentarily. Lizzie turns, a flicker of surprise crossing her face. In the school hallway, Lizzie lifts her head, a silent act of defiance against the judging eyes. Her gaze meets the teacher's, unwavering and resolute. A moment of tense stillness hangs in the air. No flinch, no falter, only a steady, challenging look. The hallway fades into background, highlighting this face-off. The air crackles with unspoken challenge and raw courage. Sunlight streams into the bustling classroom. A lone student hesitates, seeking help. Whispering, the student calls out, "Lizzie!" Silence hangs, waiting for a response. All eyes turn, anticipation building. Sunlight floods the classroom, painting the air with dancing dust motes. Lizzie sits poised at her desk, her gaze fixed on the teacher. A moment of quiet concentration etches across Lizzie's face. She prepares to speak, the weight of her unspoken thoughts palpable. A pregnant silence hangs in the air as Lizzie begins to speak. Lizzie strides down the bustling street, her steps firm and confident. Gone is the averted gaze. She meets the world head-on, her eyes bright with newfound resolve. A subtle shift in posture. She now carries herself with an air of quiet strength. Each step resonates with purpose, a visual declaration of her changed spirit. The sunlight catches her face, highlighting the subtle curve of a confident smile. The dining room glows, bathed in the warm hues of the setting sun. A long, solid wooden table commands the center of the room. Shadows lengthen, stretching across the floor. A sense of quiet anticipation fills the air. The foster mother's voice breaks the silence. "Lizzie!" In the dim living room of the foster home, shadows dance on the walls, whispering secrets of untold stories. The foster father turns, his gaze meeting hers, a silent acknowledgement in the quiet space. His nod is slow, deliberate, a subtle gesture that speaks volumes in the stillness of the night. A flicker of understanding passes between them, a silent agreement hanging in the air. The room holds its breath, the unspoken words echoing in the heart of the foster home. In the dim light of her bedroom, Lizzie stands before the mirror, her silhouette framed by the soft glow. Her eyes, usually clouded with doubt, begin to sparkle with newfound hope. A hesitant smile tugs at the corners of her lips, a subtle crack in her guarded facade. The smile grows, fueled by a flicker of self-acceptance that dances within her. Her lips stretch into a genuine smile, the kind that reaches her eyes and transforms her face. The mirror reflects not just her image, but the blossoming confidence within. In the soft glow of her bedroom, Lizzie whispers, her voice barely audible above the quiet hum of the night. A moment of introspection hangs in the air as she tests the weight of her own identity. The name escapes her lips again, a touch more confident this time. "Lizzie," she breathes, the sound resonating with newfound self-assurance. "Lizzie!" And this time, it feels like a promise, a vow whispered into the quiet of her room. The schoolyard buzzes with the energy of students, a symphony of youthful voices filling the air. Amidst the lively chaos, Lizzie moves with a determined stride, her shoulders squared against the backdrop. Her confident gait cuts through the crowd, a silent declaration of purpose in the bustling schoolyard. Each step she takes resonates with assurance as she navigates the sea of students. In the bright classroom, Lizzie's hand shoots up, a beacon of eagerness and sharp intelligence. Her eyes sparkle with confidence, reflecting a spirit unafraid to challenge and explore. She leans forward, poised, ready to unleash her thoughts and ignite the minds around her. A determined set to her jaw hints at the depth of her convictions, ready to share. Sunlight streams into the classroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The teacher's gaze softens, a flicker of respect lighting her eyes as she looks at Lizzie. A subtle shift in the teacher's demeanor hints at a deeper understanding. The classroom buzzes with quiet anticipation, the air thick with unspoken expectations. Sunlight floods the kitchen as Lizzie, a girl brimming with energy, dives into morning chores. Her bright eyes scan the pantry, ideas sparking as she reorganizes with a focused determination. Small hands tackle the dishes, moving with surprising speed and efficiency. Each action radiates a joyful spirit, turning mundane tasks into a vibrant display. The kitchen transforms into a stage for her youthful energy and tireless efforts. She works with a smile, filling the room with warmth and a sense of cheerful purpose. In the foster home kitchen, the foster mother leans in, her eyes reflecting genuine interest. She listens intently as Lizzie shares her ideas, a subtle shift in her expression. A flicker of thoughtfulness crosses her face as she carefully weighs Lizzie's words. Her steady gaze remains fixed on Lizzie, conveying both attention and consideration. The quiet kitchen becomes a space of shared thoughts and attentive listening. Lizzie sits on a park bench, bathed in sunlight, a book open in her lap, her face serene. From afar, she seems lost in her own world, a picture of peace and quiet contentment. The gentle breeze rustles the leaves around her, adding to the tranquil atmosphere. Her figure is framed by the vibrant greens of the park, a moment of idyllic beauty. Sunlight dapples through the trees as a young girl hesitantly approaches Lizzie in the park. The girl's face is etched with worry, her small hands clutching a crumpled piece of paper. Tears well in her eyes as she takes a tentative step forward, seeking help. With a trembling voice, she asks, "Excuse me, can you help me with my homework?" Lizzie turns, her expression softening at the sight of the distressed child. Sunlight dapples through the trees as Lizzie smiles, her eyes filled with a sparkling, genuine warmth. Her kindness radiates, creating an atmosphere of gentle encouragement in the park. I nod in agreement, a silent promise to offer my help to the girl. A bond forms in the shared moment, a commitment to understanding and support. Knowledge flows freely as I begin to share, my words carefully chosen to uplift and guide. The park transforms into a haven of learning and growth, nurtured by empathy and trust. Sunlight floods the school hallway, students bustling. A group approaches Lizzie, their faces open with invitation. Friendly gestures suggest an offer to join their club. Lizzie watches, a hopeful expression on her face. The hallway buzzes with life as Lizzie considers. In the bright school hallway, Lizzie nods, a hopeful smile blossoming on their face. A visible eagerness sparkles in their eyes, a silent agreement hanging in the air. The invitation is accepted, a pivotal moment promising connection and belonging. A sense of anticipation fills the space, marking a new chapter of acceptance. Sunlight floods the club meeting, illuminating dust motes as Lizzie sits, surrounded by expectant faces. Lizzie leans forward, her face alight with hope, ready to share her vision with the eager club members. Her hands dance in the air, painting vivid pictures of possibilities, capturing everyone's attention. The club members listen intently, their heads nodding in agreement, drawn in by Lizzie's enthusiasm. Ideas spark and conversations ignite as the group builds on Lizzie's initial spark of creativity. A collaborative spirit fills the room, promising a lively and productive meeting ahead. Lizzie's smile radiates genuine joy as she sits amongst new friends, the warmth of belonging enveloping her. Laughter fills the room, a symphony of shared interests, weaving a tapestry of acceptance around Lizzie. The atmosphere buzzes with an inviting energy, a sanctuary where Lizzie feels seen and valued for herself. A sense of peace washes over Lizzie, her heart finding solace in this newfound connection and camaraderie. In this moment, Lizzie discovers the profound beauty of acceptance, a beacon of hope illuminating her path. The room pulses with vibrant energy, a testament to the power of friendship and the magic of shared passions. Soft lamplight bathes Lizzie's face, illuminating the cozy haven of her bedroom, filled with books and memories. At her desk, a worn journal lies open, inviting her deepest thoughts. Her brow furrows in concentration. Pen in hand, she dances across the page, each stroke etching her journey onto the paper. Though the weight of her past lingers, a newfound confidence radiates from her, lighting up the room. Sunlight floods Lizzie's room, illuminating dust motes. She sits on her bed, a faint smile playing on her lips. A sense of peace settles over her, a quiet understanding blooming in the morning light. The weight of her name lifts, replaced by a sense of strength and newfound identity. In the tranquil morning, Lizzie embraces her name not as a burden, but as a symbol of her true self. Under the bright daylight, Lizzie strides confidently down the street, each step echoing her newfound resolve. Her head is held high, a beacon of self-assurance against the backdrop of the bustling city. Each breath fills her with the promise of tomorrow, a future she now dares to claim as her own. The city blurs around her, but Lizzie remains sharply in focus, a portrait of strength and independence. With every stride, she embraces her name, her identity, and the limitless possibilities that await. Inside the bustling school, Lizzie sits among her peers, a beacon of enthusiasm in the classroom. Her hand shoots up, eager to share her thoughts, a confident smile playing on her lips. Unafraid, Lizzie speaks with conviction, her voice resonating with knowledge and passion. Her words paint vivid pictures, engaging her classmates and captivating their attention. Soft lamplight spills across the living room, casting a warm glow on Lizzie and her foster parents. An unspoken bond tightens in the air, a fragile sense of belonging beginning to bloom. Lizzie's voice is soft, filled with newfound emotion. I never thought I'd feel this comfortable, you know. Like I actually belong somewhere, she finishes, her eyes searching theirs for reassurance. Foster mom responds with gentle affirmation. You do belong, Lizzie. You belong here with us, foster dad adds, his voice thick with emotion. We're glad you're here, more than you know. Amidst the park's vibrant community event, Lizzie stands, her radiant smile a beacon of warmth and dedication. She moves with a purpose, weaving through the crowd, her energy infectious and her spirit unwavering. Each action is deliberate, each interaction heartfelt, as she pours her soul into giving back to her community. The park buzzes with life, children laugh, and families connect, all under the umbrella of Lizzie's selfless efforts. Her eyes sparkle with satisfaction, witnessing the tangible difference she makes in the lives around her. In this moment, Lizzie is not just a volunteer. She is the heart and soul of a community united in joy and gratitude. In the soft glow of her bedroom, Lizzie's smile radiates a newfound peace. A sense of serene acceptance washes over her, a quiet victory in the stillness of the night. The weight of past struggles lifts, replaced by a gentle lightness. Lizzie embraces her true self, her name a symbol of her journey and strength.